Hey guys, welcome to the Writing Music and Film Society. My name is Daniel King and I have the lovely Nancy right next to me, Nancy Belford. Alright, she is a musical envoy here at the Writing Music and Film Society. And we're going to be talking about art in the park and art after dark. Alright, she's going to be explaining what it is, what it means, and how you can come and participate in this awesome event that's coming up very soon. We're going to have the date and the time, and we're going to have a lot of fun. So I'm super excited to do this interview with her here. Hey Nancy, how you doing?
Hi Daniel. I'm doing okay. How you doing?
Good. I'm happy to have you here on the show and being a part of Writing Music Film Society, that powerful and such a inspirational place for us to be as creatives. And I have a few questions. And let's talk a little bit about the upcoming event that's going to be taking place here.
Okay. There aren't a lot of things that I can say yet. So I have my notes here to remind me what not to talk about.
Yes.
But there's plenty that I can talk about.
Okay.
And get people to mark their calendars for the event. We are still open to bringing certain creatives in. We've got some spots to fill.
Yes.
Art After Dark is a bigger overarching downtown community event.
Right.
And it will feature a lot of activity, including, food trucks and vendors, things for the public to come and enjoy while they're listening to music on the music stage.
Yes.
And watching the actors in the park on the acting stage. We'll have down in Mineral Spring Park, we'll have artists, fine artists, artisans. They'll bring their wares. They'll work their magic.
Yes.
And we have an open mic stage there too that will feature poets and storytellers, authors, some songwriters. The music stage, the larger music stage, will have bands and a lot of really good songwriters that are already you can catch out at open mics locally and in listening rooms locally. The open mic down in Mineral Springs Park will feature a few artists you probably haven't seen yet.
Ooh.
Yeah. Who we found who have beautiful voices and wonderful music to share. We do have a featured storytelling group coming in. I'm very excited about that. Don't want to give away too much, but the event is scheduled for September 13th. It's a Friday night, Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th, and our featured storytellers are going to take advantage of the fact that it's Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
So that gives you a little idea. Of
Sounds kind of scary, right?
It'll be a lot of fun. We're really excited about it.
And where in particular in Fuquay Arena is this event going to be taking place?
So, right here on Main Street. So we're sitting at the Chamber of Commerce. The Writing Music and Film Society has an office here at the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
And really local to here is where the food trucks and the vendors and the music stage will be.
Okay.
I understand there's a children's storytelling corner
Okay.
somewhere not too far down the road.
Okay.
And I know a lot of the local vendors are participating in the different venues up and down Main Street, and then of course a couple of parks. So the theater stage will be in a small park here in Fuquay. We'll have maps, we'll have details. We have a little bit of time to pull that all together, so we'll have more specifics as it approaches. But
Okay, so there'll be a lot of artists participating in the event. There will be different sections, for the writers, and they'll be talking about their books and talking about their poems and what have they. All right, and it will be an open mic situation,
it
right?
will be an open mic. So the poets will read their poetry or perform it. I've seen some wonderful poetry performances that are, not just static readings, which are really exciting, and storytelling. But absolutely, there will be authors there that will be reading, and that will all happen under the gazebo. There'll be an open mic under the gazebo in Mineral Spring Park.
Yes.
And the park's meandering sidewalk is where we'll have the artists and artisans stationed. So it'll be a really lovely stroll through Mineral Spring Park, just taking it all in.
Yes. I've never been to Mineral Spring. Tell me more about this Mineral Spring.
I think we should head down there now.
Yes, I think
check it out.
I think so. So is there an actual spring?
There's an actual spring. There is.
We could go get some water from that spring?
You can. And local lore tells of healing powers in the water.
Wow.
Mineral Spring Park,
That sounds so exciting. I heard about it. No, I know in the real estate market, there's a lot of like Lake Springs and a lot of communities, housing projects that's called, with spring at the end. So I'm like, is there really a spring around there?
Well,
Or
there's probably at least an underwater spring, right? I mean, it's
like
flowing
Willow
everywhere, but-
Springs is right down there, in Fuquay, Willow Springs.
Willow
So
Spring,
I'm
yes.
always looking for a spring, because why I'm always looking for a spring, I grew up in Antigua, and my dad had a big spring on the land, and when we were little kids, we used to run to the spring and drink water.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
just drink water, fill a cup of water and drink it.
Did you catch little creatures in the spring too?
No,
No, it's
it
just
was
clear
it was
water
it was
spring.
just water just coming out of the ground, and my dad kind of created this tap system where you could actually hook up a pipe and just get
Yeah.
clean spring water. And I always
lovely.
thought about these springs around. I was like, North Carolina is filled with springs.
Well, Mineral Spring Park has a tap, so
Okay.
they did tap into the water of Mineral Spring.
Very nice.
And you have to visit the historian. So there's a lovely historian.
Okay,
who has
good.
all the information about Mineral Spring Park.
I'm excited to
there's
go.
There's lots of books written about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to look into the
And
history.
we'll go visit. Yeah, you'll feel the healing energy.
Yes.
of the park.
Okay. Good. Healing. Yes, for sure. So if you're sick,
Well, you're sick. See your doctor.
see a doctor. All right. Okay. Good. All right. So let's talk more about the creative projects.
So my creative projects, I have a few that I'm working on right now.
Right.
But that project, it's an ambient music.
Right.
Yes. So frequency and sound healing is something that I've long been interested in.
Right.
And I have a relaxation practice. So the music I created for myself
Yes.
and for my family, but I'm putting it into an album, and we'll share the album once it's ready.
Ready.
It's
Okay.
it's run into a hiccup, a technical problem, so
Okay.
I'm working on that. So in the meantime, that freed me up to dust off an old box of writing
Yes.
that I've had on the floor in my creative room. And the book, it's really interesting because a while ago I wrote a song, and I didn't know where the song came from. It made no sense to me. It wasn't something that I was thinking about. Except that I realized once I pulled the book out that the song goes with the story that I started writing a long time ago.
Yes.
I won't number the years because it was a really long time ago.
Okay.
But once I opened it up and started, at this point it only exists on paper.
Paper.
The digital
Yes.
footprint is long gone.
Okay.
So I'm retyping, I'm re-entering the manuscript. And as I'm writing the manuscript, I'm just laughing to myself that,
Yeah.
okay,
Bring it
now
back.
I know where that song comes
That's
from.
right, yeah.
The song goes with the book.
Yeah.
So that's happening. And that's a big project. That will be coming out soon.
Okay. So let me ask
Not too
you,
soon, but it'll be coming out.
where did that song come from?
I'll just tell you this. The name of the story is Starlight.
Okay.
And it's a really cosmic song. It doesn't have much to do with me and my current life.
Right.
So that's why I couldn't really recognize where the source of the song was.
Okay.
But this book has been sitting in a box, and the box reminds me that it's there when I trip over it or I have
Yes,
to move it to get to
yes,
something. So it's not like the story hasn't always been in the back of my mind.
Yes.
I wrote a good bit of a story,
Right.
The story lives in me. So the song came out, and, it just inspires me that, okay, yeah, it's time to get this story done.
Right.
I'm working on that. I credit the Writing Music and Film Society with my inspiration for working on that.
Yes.
I came in here. This is a wonderful group. Lots of collaboration happens here.
Join, guys.
Yeah, really.
Be a part of the Writing Music Film Society. We
You'll
are.
be so happy that you decided to.
Yes.
Nancy King, who's a member here.
Yes.
She authored. I don't know. Do you call it author when it's a film? She wrote a film, right?
Right.
So the film is, and I don't want to talk too much about something that's not my project.
Yes.
But Nancy has this wonderful project, and many of the folks here at the Society have been a part of it. And it is being released. The film release is scheduled for this fall. So
Wow.
all of the details of that, I will let Nancy share. But
So excited.
that's really, I can't wait.
Yeah.
And I had little, if any, input. One of the musicians here asked me to do some background vocals. So somewhere in the film, I
Yes.
sang a teeny bit.
Okay.
And that brought me into the Society, right? So that was
Good.
my invitation in.
There you go.
And so then I realized that, these people are fun to work with. So Nancy and I did a song together. Nancy also writes music, and I think she has published 30 books and this great film. And I worked with her, and I've worked with Peter Leosa, who is a member here, who's a wonderful musician. We've done a little bit together. Trevor McGregor, who brought me in. I haven't seen him here in a minute.
Oh, Trevor.
He's a member as well.
Yes.
Trevor, come back.
Yes. Yes, and we would love to interview you, Trevor.
Yeah, but collaboration here is just fantastic.
Yes.
And Valerie Macon, who's a poet here, she and I went out to Raleigh this week.
Okay.
We wanted to announce Art in the Park at an event where there were poetry readings and storytellings and some musicians. We wanted to announce the event there because we do have a couple of slots still open. As far as the open mic goes, probably not a lot of slots left.
Yes.
But there's plenty of room in the park for artists. We have a wonderful artist coming from Raleigh. His name is Jim Hallenbeck.
Okay.
He has a gallery in Raleigh. He's a fantastic artist. He's bringing his works here. I'd love to connect with more local artists, folks from Fuquay. I have a couple already that I've spoken with, but we do have some room in the park for additional artists.
Yes.
Artisans as well. And Bria here is working with vendors. So, if you have crafts or if you've got any books or things that you want to sell, you can connect with Bria, and she'll help you with that. I know you'll do another, closer to the event, another interview where I know you'll talk to more of the folks involved.
Yes.
And we'll give more specifics. This is really just a little highlight reel.
Yeah.
And there is a tiny little blurb about it on the website. So Art in the Park is featured on the website. We've got to get some detail about Art After Dark there as well. I just don't want to say things I shouldn't say, so we haven't done that yet. I have to figure out what we can talk about right now.
Good. So we are really excited about this event. You may not hear it in our voice, but we are. As we draw nigh to this event, could you tell us the date in specific?
So the date, September 13th, as we said, Friday the 13th, starting at 5 p.m. The event will begin at 5. 7:30 is when we'll wrap up in the parks because of lighting. The main event, I don't believe, will wrap until 9, I think is the timing for that.
Right.
So from 5 until 9 or 9:30 is the overarching window, with 7:30 being the wrap-up for events that are happening in the parks.
Good. Tell us more about, we spoke a lot about the writing side of things. Let's talk about the musical side of things. What do you have in mind?
So Peter Leosa is going to schedule the musicians for the main stage.
Right.
He's active in a group of local songwriters, and that is what will be featured.
Right.
So local bands.
Yes.
And local musicians who are writing their own material.
Okay.
This is a creatives. Not to say that if you're a cover artist, that doesn't count as something. It certainly does. I mean, that takes a
for sure.
level of skill.
Yes.
But this event is for just celebrating local artistry, just the local creatives and what it is that they're putting out there.
So how about let's talk about Taylor Swift. Let's see if she wants to come out and do a rendition. Is she invited?
Well, if she covers her own stuff, she can come.
All right, awesome.
I don't want her doing any Beatles covers. She's got to do her own stuff.
Okay, guys. So I think there's going to be also a choir. A church choir that's going to be there is a United Voice Choir called Metro City Choir. And it's a collaboration of multiple different churches coming together to bring a wonderful performance to you guys. So stay tuned and look forward for that too. All right. There's going to be guitars, drums, horns, and everything musical. So whatever talent that you have and you express it in terms of song, come right ahead. We welcome you into this society, the Writing Music and Film Society. We look forward to seeing you and to help you, push you to bringing out that album, to producing a book, to producing a full movie. All right, guys, we are excited about what is happening here. Nancy, what she's doing is so crucial, and she's such an awesome member on our team, putting things behind the scene together. All right, so on our last question, what projects are you thinking about wrapping up in the future, and when could we expect, this album to be finished?
So I'm this is the artist in me talking now.
Yes.
So I'm a latent artist, and a lot of that comes from being very buttoned up and meeting deadlines and getting up early and pumping myself full of coffee. And
Yes.
I don't do that anymore.
Okay, good.
So I'm really into my circadian rhythms. I'm in the flow when I am, and when I'm in the flow, I create.
Right.
And there's no deadlines for me.
Yes.
So my hope is that by spring,
Okay.
the book will be complete.
Right.
I do have a book of poetry that will be complete
Okay.
very soon. Probably even available at the event. I think I can have it published
Okay.
and available by the event. But again, I don't have any deadlines on myself, so no promises.
Okay.
But it's coming.
It's
And
coming.
It's coming.
Before
And-
the year ends, hopefully.
well, hopefully, yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if my days are numbered or whatever, but so the music album, this one, I will have all of the pieces together soon, very
Okay.
soon. As soon as my computer is fixed, I will have all the pieces together. And then there's the mixing and the mastering, and I've got to
Right.
lean on some folks for that because
Okay.
that's not a strong suit of mine. So,
Right.
it's happening. That's all
Okay.
I can say. It is
Good,
happening.
Good. So, what instrument is focused on in your project? Do you have like a main instrument, or do you play any instruments?
play. I play piano.
Okay, so you'll be playing that on your
So
album?
yes, there will be some of my own personal album music
Yes.
recordings, piano. I play guitar. I strum guitar. I'm
Yes.
I'm not a real crafty guitar player, but you know,
Right.
cowboy chords and I strum them.
Okay.
Vocally, I sing, but this album will likely not have much in the way of vocals. There
Okay.
might be some chanting
Chanting.
because
Okay.
it's just because of the style of album that it is.
Right,
But I
right.
do have a few releases out that show that I can sing a little bit.
Yes.
And,
Are you going to be singing for the Art of the Dark?
I hope so.
Yes,
That
I
is the
look forward
plan.
to seeing. Yes,
Yeah, if there's
yes.
room for me, because as host,
Yeah.
I can probably steal away a little bit of
Yeah,
space
you
for me,
probably
but
do.
I'm really trying to feature.
Yeah,
the
people are
folks, so.
looking forward to seeing you. I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to seeing you for
great.
sure.
Yeah, and then what I love about the album is it's ambient music, right? So
Yes.
So I work a lot with frequencies in the
Right.
recording.
Okay.
There's a lot of nature sound.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's birds and streams, springs and
Okay.
waves and storms and whale song,
That sounds good.
Really good stuff.
I never thought much about ambient songs until I went to this hotel in Florida. All right, and we needed something to listen to, an ambient song, in order for us to fall asleep.
Yes.
All right,
yeah.
because
Very
it was so
relaxing.
quiet in the room. Dead silence, and you need something to actually activate
Some
that
white
mind.
noise, they call
Yes,
it.
white
They do,
noise.
They call it white noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. This kind of music, what you don't listen to when you're driving.
Right,
That's
right,
all
right,
I can
right.
say about
Yes,
it. Yeah,
yeah.
it's intended
Yeah.
to put you in a really relaxed
Yes,
state.
you don't want to drive.
So no heavy machinery while you're listening. No.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so soothing, relaxing music, guys.
Yeah.
And it's music to put you in an atmosphere of just meditating and just, falling asleep, so to speak, right?
Yeah. Get your snore on.
Yes,
That's what it's
yes.
for.
Awesome. And we do need music too, a lot of times, to go to sleep. And a lot of people, it's very necessary. It's healing, actually.
It's healing.
So let's look forward for that. And keep her to her word. So look forward. Let's look forward hopefully at the end of this year she has this product wrapped up and she has an album, and we're excited and we're looking forward to seeing this album from you, Nancy. We
you.
appreciate it. So as we wrap up here, any closing words? Did I miss anything?
I don't think we miss anything. I'm just really excited about the Writing Music and Film
Yes.
Society. I'm thrilled that Daniel is here bringing it to the world, because
Yes.
we could sit quietly here at the chamber in our meetings and
Right.
no one would know about us.
That's true.
We'd still be, doing our thing and having a great time.
Exactly.
But thank you, Daniel, for bringing it out there to
I
the people.
appreciate it. And the whole idea behind this project is all of us are creative, and I want to encourage you. Each one of you have a creative side, but we are giving your creativity a voice here at the Writing Music Film Society. So no matter how creative you are and what your genre of music, of film, of writing, or books, whatever you're doing, we want to give you a voice, and we want to give you a platform to interview you and push your message out there on social media. All right, so guys, do you have any social links that you
I
want
don't,
to-
because my social media is a mess.
Okay.
I think I even still have what is that old? I don't even know why I'm bringing it up, because now I can't remember the name of it.
Okay.
I've got pieces of me in all the social media places, and none of them are cohesive, and none of it makes a lot of sense. So
Okay.
that's another project I'm working on.
Right.
I actually am a web developer.
Yes,
I have
yes,
a degree
yes.
in it, in technology, and I haven't been using it, but that's something I'm also revisiting, and I'm working on my website as well. So
Good,
eventually
good,
I'll
good.
have that to share
So
as well.
we definitely will help Nancy wrap these things up
Yeah.
this year. So next year when she comes out, she's going to be coming out with full force. All right, guys. So
Watch out.
look forward. Let's look forward for these projects, and we want to thank you for joining us here at the Writing Music and Film Society. And like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and also our Facebook page. We have a lot more interviews coming up, so stay tuned to as well. Thank you, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye bye. All right, good.